KTAS Radio right here in downtown Winston-Salem.
Last week, we had a rare Friday night race where Jonathan Brown and Junior Miller teamed up to wreak havoc down at the Madhouse. With a little help from Miller, John Boy drove that number 53 car from 11th position all the way up to the front to take that checkered flag, now tying him for second place in the overall points with Burt Myers. From the way they were pushing cars around the racetrack, it looked like the King may be playing the enforcer while the Prince makes a run for the title. And finally, Tim Brown is showing signs of weakness as he failed to pull away from Jonathan John Boy Brown and lock up his bid for an 8th championship.
Big trouble behind you, big trouble behind you, Tim. Go get him, Tim, boy. Come on. There you go, John Boy, yes, sir. Man, he freaking cleaned us off coming up off the corner.
The Rocket still holds the lead over Burt Myers and John Boy, but that 83 car is clearly feeling the pressure.
So put them rear bumper supports on.
Which ones? No.
Who did? Who put that on?
The atmosphere in here is tense.
It don't matter who done it.
Leave him on there.
I don't want to leave it on there. It's in the damn way.
On what happened at the racetrack Friday night.
Go get him, Tim, boy.
Tim's the type of person, don't let it go too easy.
You gonna get the bars?
You got to line it up in the shop. I've helped Jonathan this year with brake pads and a hub and parts so he could race 2 weeks ago, and then that's how he repays me. You know, I'm tired of getting run over, especially from people you help.
Come on. There you go, John Boy, yes, sir.
That's good. Just leave it right there. We should have won the race Friday night with our car, but, you know, we got done wrong.
I was pretty pissed about John taking Tim out. It wasn't called for. That clevis looks bent. You know, this stuff gets tweaked, can cost you a race.
It's still weighing on me a little bit. I don't know that I won't retaliate. If that's what it takes me to win the championship. Well, I can't even find the damn ratchet.
Friday night was a bad deal. That's Bowman Gray Stadium. If you're gonna race somewhere, you gotta live with it. So now you got Burt and Jonathan tied with second place in the points. And hey, any of the three can win the points right now.
I've had the most people tell me it's the best race I've seen this year.
I've heard everybody's told me it's the best race they've seen all year.
First and second ain't bad. We just in the wrong position. We was second.
They hollered everybody at S1E12 took out Bose Myers. How'd you take Burt out?
I didn't take Burt out.
Green flag, green flag, green flag. Stay with him, Johnson. Wheel to wheel. Clear, no, sir. Oh, what happened down there? He just come on in on him. Just like his old buddy Turner, ain't he? I swear, them red cars have cost me more races than I can count. I'm about sick of it.
Burt took me out.
I thought maybe I wanted to sleep.
He tried.
That's right.
Took
You
him with me.
spun with him. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you done good.
Yeah, we both hit the wall. You know, if Burt Myers thinks he can just push me around and nothing's going to happen, you know he's got another thing coming.
I had his brother down there. Was you behind me?
I was right behind y'all.
Hey, they said Junior took Jason out.
Down there?
Oh, man, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. You never know what to expect whenever Junior's behind Jason. You know, they've got a pretty good pass.
3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. Damn it. There's your f***ing buddy. What the f*** is he thinking?
It got wild. They went 3 wide in front of me. Next thing I know, there's cars flying everywhere.
I mean, who goes 3 wide at Bowman Gray Stadium? He was just trying to wreck me.
Jason needs to get up on the steering wheel and drive. He needs to stand up and win some races of his own. Thinks he's the greatest race car driver in the world, but to me, he's just a little punk. He ain't gonna do nothing. Stay out of the way.
Yeah, and as far as the one car, let him come.
If Burt wants some, come get some. I won't just knock him loose. I'll turn his ass into the wall. Now, I got the King here, back up. If he ain't winning the race, leading the race, I'm sure he'll do whatever it takes to help me out.
If they gonna get rough, we'll get rough.
Yeah, we got them talking, that's for sure.
All I know is I'm tired of Junior running over me. Every week that son of a bitch is running over me, and I'm tired of it.
Well, that's just his nature.
It ain't like he's spinning me out. He run me in the guardrail one week and turned me going down the straightaway this week. And I'm gonna prove a point to him. If I can't go over in the pits and smack him in the mouth, I'm gonna tear his race car up.
You gotta be the better man.
Where's that got me? How many wins has that got me this year? How many times has that got me wrecked this year, being the better man? What do you want me to do? What do you think I ought to do? Because
I just hate to sink to people's levels like it. I just hate to do it. He's done it all his life. That's the kind of person he is.
You know what? He ain't gonna do it to me no more.
Well, go for it.
I mean, that's all I'm telling you.
Don't ask no more questions. Just do what you gotta do. You just heard him. Go for it. The end of it. Don't ask no more. Don't say no more. He just told you. Do what you need to do.
If I thought it would stop his stupidity, I wouldn't care if you wrecked him. Pinned him between the walls, squeeze his guts out.
I'm not gonna go over there and not try to win. But if I ain't on the pole and that car's anywhere around me, I'm gonna tear it up.
What's the game plan tonight?
Get checked.
Tonight at the shop, you know, I can tell the mood's tense. Tim's still pissed off. There's almost no way to really talk to him. I mean, they were racing like this, you know, 6, 7 years ago. I mean, it's just turned back into a madhouse. It brings out the best and the worst in people. There's something bothering. I don't know what it is. It's not just the race.
This has been the worst year for me in racing, period, ever.
We've always tried to focus on the positives, and somewhere along the way this year, it's got turned around, and we can't get it back to the positives, even in victory lane. Have I done something?
It's all of it. I mean, it's everybody. Look how many races we've won this year, and it's been a motherfucking closer in victory lane because everybody arguing.
It comes down to this every year. The stress of the championship, the stress of the next race. It's called the Madhouse for a reason, because it will make everybody crazy.
I'm about ready to fix all of it.
Cease.
I priced all this to sell it today.
What?
Everything I own.
No.
Oh, yeah.
There's only 2 races left in the season, but after 14 weeks of duking it out, resources like time, money, and even dedication begin to dry up. These drivers have been banged up, broke down, and just plain burn out. But as the moment of truth approaches, they're gonna have to suck it up and drive through it or crack under the pressure.
I priced all this to sell it today.
What?
Everything I own.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Tim dropped a bombshell on us. His obligation as the leader of this team is, it looks like it's overwhelming him. Apparently somebody's making an offer for him, and it might just be what he needs, but I don't know whether it's going to be good for the team or not.
You didn't talk to us about it?
It's my damn decision.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't know what's going to happen. Apparently he's got in his mind that something needs to change, and he's going to take care of it. I'd like to be included on the situation, but I don't own any of this stuff. I put my heart and soul into it, but I don't own it. Now, what does that mean?
What do you mean, what's that mean?
Does that mean he owns the team and you just drive? He's got to weigh it out, decide what he wants to do. It may be better if he's just driving for somebody else, but I know it kills him not to own his own equipment. These cars, this race team, is his life. That's his baby sitting right there. That's his race car. It's how he races.
Yeah, but I don't know anybody to sacrifice everything that I've sacrificed for it, do you?
You ain't the only one, though.
I know, I've heard that too. I mean, the bottom line is I'm sick of it.
The worst case scenario in my mind is that he sells the cars and gets out of racing. That would crush me. That would crush my family. I know that would crush his brother. But, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do.
We're talking with Gray Garrison, track manager at Bowman Gray Stadium. We got a really hot points battle going on right now. Jonathan Brown goes bonsai, takes out Tim and Bert, and now he's tied for second place in the points with Burt Myers. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Jonathan and Burt both, they're to the point they have nothing to lose. And I think Tim's thinking he may have everything to lose. So I think there's a lot of cat and mouse, a lot of chess going on right now, and I bet there's a lot of sleepless nights going on right now.
It's obvious who's the most stressed at this point in the season, and that's Tim. And he has been for a few weeks.
If Tim wants to drive like a sissy Saturday night, I'll definitely put him in his place. You know, I'll use it to my advantage. You know, if he wants to worry about scratching his chrome up, then that's good for me because I'm not worried about tearing my car up or scratching anything. I'm worried about winning the race.
Tim is probably going to try to play really safe from here on out to try to protect that lead because he knows that I don't have anything to lose. I've got everything to gain. I think, if anything, I might have Tim rattle just a little bit.
I don't care what Burt, Jason, Junior Miller, and Jonathan Brown are doing right now. I just know that I'm leading the points, and I'm out there riding around with a target on my back.
We cleaned up Friday night. We have made a lot of people mad, JB.
You heard what I told him about having friends at the racetrack.
That's it.
Or get off the pot's the way I feel about it. If Tim and Burt wants to come after me, I'm not hard to find them at the racetrack every Saturday. If they want to run into my car, let them run into it. The goes both ways.
Brownie had to get his airbrush man out there today to redo his front end.
Oh, yeah, Brownie had to get a new nose this week. I bet he is all to hell.
The seat move. You know they paint them ice cubes on Brownie's front end. They aren't stickers.
They're not. Oh, he better have the airbrush man up there this week because he needs a nose on it.
You crinkled him pretty good.
If you go out into the racetrack worried about tearing your race car up, you might as well leave it sitting at home on jack stands waxing it. If I tear the car up going to the front, that's part of racing.
Got blue paint on that thing.
Wonder who that's from.
When you're on the racetrack, you know, I don't look at that as somebody that's my friend, that's Tim Brown in front of me, or that's Junior Miller in front of me. I look at that as that's somebody in my way. I know I've scratched Brownie's race car up a little bit. I just hope I didn't mess his hair up, because then he will be mad at me. Probably never speak to me again. You know, I put too much time and effort in these cars to go and just ride behind somebody just because they're my friend. You know, I still feel like, Jeff, even after Friday night, showing them we can win the damn race from behind, you know, coming from 11th to win the damn race, people still doubting us, I believe. I'll show everybody if I've got the chance to win the race, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win it. I want to let everybody know I ain't out of this championship yet.
Bad enough that Junior wants to hit you every time you get around him. Now this 53 wants to hit you every time you get around him.
Tell you what Jonathan is. He's a victim of false security. About another year or so, Junior will be quit. Jonathan's going to be a Lone Ranger out there by himself.
Yeah.
He's going to think different about some of the stuff he's done. You're always held accountable for it. Might be years down the road, but you'll be held accountable for it.
Well, it looks like he's fixing to come out there and kick your butt. What do you think, huh? You think you got Jonathan to worry about and Junior to worry about and maybe Tim?
No, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Well, isn't it ironic that the so-called king of the modifieds is running blocker for Jonathan Brown now?
If I was Tim, I'd be kind of worried. You and Tim's the only thing standing in Jonathan's way of winning a championship.
Has it ever been where you could just go over there and race and just all you had to worry about was going fast?
If it has been, I don't know. I mean, it's not like other tracks.
I can't remember. I started in 1995, and I can't remember 1 year going by that all you had to worry about was going over there and trying to win the race.
You get out there and race somebody for a championship, you got to watch your back all the time.
There's short tracks all over the country that race on Saturday nights every week, just like Bowman Gray, but the biggest difference between Bowman Gray and any other track in the country is it's not so much of a racetrack as it is a bull ring.
Everybody here's got a real good memory. If you wreck a man, you won't know when it's coming. It may be 2 weeks, it may be a month, it may be even the next year. They're gonna get you back.
The moonshiners, I guess they invented the rough driving. They drove rough down through the dirt roads and they drive rough at Bowman Gray.
I mean, even back when my dad run, somebody there was going to beat on me. It's been going on like that through every generation that's ever been over there. And I don't see anything ever changing.
2 weeks ago, our favorite underdog, Chris Fleming, wrecked coming out of the chute down the back straightaway.
Get outside, go hard, Jake. Whoa, 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 slow down. Hey,
week with a couple of broken ribs. And in a season with a lot of ups and downs for that 13 car, I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen the last of Chris Fleming for this racing season.
And you know, Chris, he tore his car up pretty bad in this crash. He's had some bad wrecks, but this really damaged his car. And Chris was hurt, you know, and he was really down in the dumps. You know, he was just going to quit. My attitude is you never quit till it's over with. So I'm gonna get this car fixed for him. He's laying at the house bruised up a little bit right now, but in 4 or 5 days, he'll be ready to get back in that car. To get this car built back, get the motor put back in it, gotta go through all the front geometry. We have a good 70, 80 hours in building this car back this week. Chris could have been hurt real bad in that wreck, or he could have even been killed in that wreck. But he's a racer. Racing's in Chris's blood just like it's in my blood. You know, we're going to do it regardless of the danger that's involved. Chris is my brother. I'm proud to do it for him. The only way he can make it any better if he goes and wins the race this weekend.
We need to get that race car in here and start working on it.
Speaking of working on the car, me and Monk's been talking. I want to paint the car solid black this week. I ain't won a race at Bowman Gray Stadium since we put that gold stripes on that car. Not one. Monk's been telling me for over a year now that we got to get this gold off, and I think he's right. We just need to convince Daddy to do a little painting.
When you say, I'm gonna paint this car solid black this week.
I said I want to have the car painted. I want the car painted black this week. If you don't want to paint it, I'll sand it down and paint it. It just won't look as good.
You don't know how much work it is, and I got a bunch of work to do down at the body shop.
Well, that's a good place to do some painting down on a race car, ain't it? It's at a body shop.
What you ought to do?
What? Paint it with orange on it.
You got 2 cars come over there that's painted just alike. The only thing different is the number. People look at that as one car.
Go, go, go! Pick it up!
If you mess with one, you mess with the other. And when one comes up in the mirror behind you, you don't know who it is. Yeah. And when one's up beside you, you have to, who is that?
Do the double check.
It's intimidating. I mean, you know, after coming off what happened last weekend, 2 red cars. I need 2 black and orange cars now. Jonathan got me, Junior got you, again. How tough would it be if we go over there with matching race cars?
That'd be pretty badass.
Make a statement. You mess with one Myers, you mess with both of them. Because it's getting down here these last 2 races, it's going to get ugly.
I know nobody spends the time on their race cars that I spend on mine. If they did, they wouldn't be running into mine like they do all the damn time.
Is it just the time commitment or what?
All the bullshit. I mean, if I got to pay for it, then I need to enjoy it, and I ain't enjoyed it in a few years.
The racing or the financing?
I'm just sick of the bullshit. To race this car at the level I do, I make a lot of sacrifices, time and money. My race car costs more than the house we live in. It's just because I want to win that bad. It's more money, it's more money, it's more money. I mean, I bounced a check this year, and I had to defer a house payment. You know what I mean?
Hello? That was Shane Turtle. He said that they just found John Boy's mama dead.
Well, folks, it's one more day until race day here at Bowman Gray, but we want to take a moment and send our prayers out to Jonathan Brown, driver of the 53 car, who lost his mother this past week.
Unfortunately, it couldn't have happened at a worse time for the young rookie as he's coming off a huge victory. And with Junior Miller riding by his side, he's got a great opportunity to take that championship away from Tim Brown.
He's carrying it Thursday, I believe. Today I get here to the race shop, and my cousin calls me. And, you know, as soon as I answer, I know something's wrong. She says, Carol's gone. And, you know, my mom's name's Carol, and we all call her CC for Crazy Carol. But my cousin, she calls her Carol, and she says, Carol's gone. And I said, well, where's she gone? You know, I don't know You know, I didn't know what she meant by it. And she said, you know, she's gone. They found her dead in her apartment today.
My first thought is my brother Bo.
You know, Bo and my mom wasn't really close. They didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and that's really the hardest part for me is because, you know, here lately I feel like we've both kind of blown her off a lot.
I know, I'll try to stick by her, man, do everything I could, but you can't do but so much for somebody that don't want help.
You know, Saturday night she called and left us both a voicemail at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, I won the race Friday night, Bo won it Saturday night. She, you know, just told us how proud she was of us, and you know, that would have been my last chance to talk to her. It's just you know, a hard situation, but at the same time, I've got responsibilities, you know, in this shop and out. So I'm really gonna need my crew to step up and, you know, really focus on what's going on. I guess this week I'll find out if they've ever paid attention to me or not, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be here very much. Bye.
Sorry about your mom.
We don't just race on Saturdays. I mean, we have real lives too. You know, you know, things happen to us just like it does everybody else, but we still do our job on Saturday.
I think that Jason's confidence is probably his main thing that's holding him back.
You know this ain't gonna make Jason's car any faster, right?
It don't need to be no faster. He just needs to have some luck.
Leaving here knowing he's got to beat me, not just the other field, but he's got to beat me, is really hard on him.
Well, if it makes a difference in his head, I guess it's worth it, ain't it?
Just a new paint job being slicker may make a difference.
Well, listen, the roof's done. I've got to go over here and start laying out the decals on the computer.
I hate to lose. I want to win every time I go. I want to win at racing. I want to win at golf. I want to win at go-karts. I want to win at who can tie their shoes the fastest. I want to win. I'm just that competitive of a person. But on the other hand, I want Jason to win so bad I can't stand it.
I create it on the screen here and then send it to the unit right here to cut it. Because we're painting the car and changing all the gold, I have to create it on here and I have to cut out the orange and the chrome outline around it.
If there's 15 races at Bowman Gray Stadium, if I could win 10 of them and Jason win 5 of them, I can handle that. But you know, if he won 10 and I won 5, then we might have a problem.
You can see the paper goes this way, back and forth, and then the blade goes left and right to cut out letters and shapes and whatever it is I need to cut. So when you go to stick that on something and you rub it down, the vinyl part sticks and this paper pulls back away from it. Voila, Jason Myers.
I had a bad wreck, and I just been laid up. I've been real sore, barely been able to work, feel terrible. Just been basically going through the motions, hoping I wake up the next morning and feel better. Tonight I come down to the shop. To my surprise, they had my car back to the shop here, and it looks like it's brand new. Wow. When I turned the lights on, I couldn't believe Frank got my car fixed. After I wrecked, I feel like somebody beat me up with a sledgehammer. I was just gonna call it a year. And my brother, when I told him I was thinking about quitting, he says, "We may quit, but we're not quitting now."
Well, about time you got here.
That's orange.
Yeah.
I like it, Darryl.
Looking good, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's gonna look better than Bert's. Are you not gonna get mad and upset, are you? If it looks better than yours?
Of course it looks better, because I did it.
You're welcome. It's about time. You smell good, by the way.
Of course I do. We're not just brothers. We're one well-oiled, fast, race-winning machine.
All right, here we go.
Off with the gold, on with the orange.
I can't thank Bert and Daddy enough this week for all the work they've done getting this car painted. Without either one of them, we wouldn't have been able to do it.
Hold on. All right.
I guess now when we bump somebody and put a little orange paint on their bumper, they'll be scratching their heads wondering, who did this? Was it Bert or Jason? But it really won't matter. They'll know Myers did it. Damn. When you see these cars on the racetrack and you can't tell one apart until you see the number on the side, it's not just Bert Myers and Jason Myers, it's Team Myers. And we're here and we mean business. I know Bert's excited to have this thing painted like his. He's been wanting me to do it for 2 years now. And, you know, I kind of wanted to get out of Bert's shadow as much as I can, just be myself and have my own paint job, but it's to the point now, we need to show everybody we're teammates. Bert was right, I was wrong. We should have painted it like that over the winter and been done with it. And then you wouldn't have went all season without winning, huh?
Need to get some tires on, get weighed out. Go racing.
I figured to go ahead and put this filter on it while it had all the nose off and everything. So
that fan looks bent down too right there, man.
Yeah, we got to straighten it out.
I just did.
I'm going to really trying to help Jonathan Brown because his mother died.
Jonathan, yeah.
Jonathan needs this car to be ready before Saturday morning.
Don't even worry about painting them horns, man. We ain't got time for that. Just get them put on.
All right.
I guess you're going to have to build side pieces for that nose and a new belly pan because all that got ripped off.
Yeah.
And,
you know, usually I'm here getting the car ready, me and Jeff together. But, you know, this week with everything going on with my mom and kind of have to depend on him, you know, to get the whole car ready and everything. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty nervous about it.
You can get the oil filter back on. The oil line's here.
Where's it at?
Right here in the car.
Okay. All right, good.
New oil line.
All right.
You know, usually I'm hands-on with every nut and bolt on the car, and, you know, unfortunately, I'm not going to be here to do it. I'm going to be climbing a race car that I haven't had my hands on in a week.
We'll keep it up off the ground.
If you can just get that front end back on them horns, because tomorrow, I have no time. I mean, I wish I could stay here, but I can't.
I know what you're going, I know what's up. Jonathan really needs to be with his family right now, and I'm going to be here for this, for him, to get him there on Saturday.
Just get it good enough where it ain't gonna fall off, and I think it'd be best to just build a new nose side piece in the belly pan. That way we ain't gotta worry about that.
Okay.
With us running second to points right now, I know my mom would have wanted me to race this weekend, so I'm just hoping that Jeff and the guys can get the car ready and have it at the track so I can go out and win the race this Saturday.
It's race day here at the Madhouse. It's the second to last race of the season, and it's still anybody's championship to win. Jonathan Brown suffered a personal tragedy this week, but he's going to have Junior Miller by his side, so we'll see if the King can pull the young rookie through. Bert Myers will be gunning for his 4th championship, while brother Jason hunts for his first win of the season. And Chris Fleming, who knows if he'll be back after a horrible crash just a few weeks ago. We'll be watching Tim Brown's long, lonely ride as the rest of the pack teams up to try to take him out. Everybody's coming down to the Madhouse to see who is going to drive through the finish strong and who is going to fold up before they get to that checkered flag.
Bobby, where you got, buddy?
Got you some vegetables.
Look at here. Ain't them pretty? I wasn't even sure I was going to come back and race this season. But the fans at Bowman Gray, they're the greatest fans in the world, and that means a lot to me. These boys bring me tomatoes and fresh squash every week, and we love them for it. That's what makes racing at Bowman Gray Stadium different than any other track in the world. Thank you, buddy. I love you, man.
Love you too, brother.
I just hope all the guys got the car ready so I can go out and race this weekend. You know, my mom was real proud of my racing. She would have wanted me to race and try to win for her, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to win the race for her.
I know all these guys are gunning for me, but I've got to stay focused and do what I've got to do to win this race and win this championship.
All I know is I'm tired of Junior running over me.
All right, whoa.
And with these cars painted up the same, I don't think Junior's even gonna know which one's which. Even when the cars were painted different, I'm not sure Junior could tell the difference which one was which. That's badass, boy. It's Myers time, man.
Bert and Jason Myers painted their cars the same. I guess they done that to try to intimidate people. They don't intimidate me. If they mess with me, they'll see a side of Tim Brown they've never seen before, and they won't like it.
We need a Myers weekend this weekend. How about that? Yep. I don't want Junior to wreck you.
Too late, he already has.
Oh. Who hadn't he wrecked?
My mama ain't never been wrecked by it. She don't have a car.
That's why. That's why. John Boy's got a good shot at winning this championship. So if we got to get rough to help him get there, that's what we're going to do.
Six-time Farm Bureau Insurance Modified champion, number 69, Junior Miller. The time, 13.556, 13.556 seconds.
Mom! And then move that track bar up for qualifying. What now? Move the track bar up.
Right now, we're short on time practice and qualifying. You got about 5 minutes from the time you get done practicing until the time you go out to qualify. And there's several changes I make to my car to adjust from practice to qualifying.
After we get it back on the ground, we can measure it and get it right. But break your jam nuts loose on it and move it back up to the middle hole.
I have a 51-point lead over the second and third place cars. So not relaxed about it by no means, you know, but we do realize that we got to be real competitive for the next 2 weeks. If you're in the top 3 in the points, somebody's going to freaking wreck you, and it's part of it. If you dwell on it, then you'll probably make a mistake.
They might be coming after me, but I got to win this championship. I am so close.
King of Virginia, number 83 is Tim Brown. The time, 13.351, Tim Brown. On Coke, number 1, Burt Myers. The time, 13.379 for Burt Myers.
Usually Burt and Tim are the 2 cars that set the fastest time every week. And normally I've got time to look and see what they run and see what I've got to beat. But this week, I had no idea what anybody had run. So, you know, I'm in the dark. All I know is I got to run as fast as I can.
Jason, 6-time winner at the stadium, currently 5th in the points. The time, 13.337. Fastest so far tonight for Jason Myers.
I knew that when I heard the announcer call out a 13.33 that it had to be Jason.
What'd you run? What'd you run? 37. No Yeah. What'd Tim run? 35.
So that put Jason first, Tim Brown second, and me third.
That's something that turned good, boy.
He knocked Tim Brown off the pole for one thing. It helped me by moving me to the inside road.
Well, let me tell you something. You know where the start line is. Don't let him jump you.
I was really excited for him because I know how hard he's been working and how bad he needed this. It made me real proud to be his brother.
Just run the hell out of it. If you're ready, you're ready. You know what I'm saying? But
I got to beat Jason getting into turn 1. Burt starting third right behind Jason. If he gets under me, he can hang me out. I could lose 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. I can't have that happen.
You get down there to the corner, and unless he's all the way clear, he's not coming in.
If he does, he's gonna get tattooed on the
Whatever. I'm just saying.
I mean, I got a job to do tonight. I'm just gonna go out here and do the best I can do. You know, try to get my heart in. When I get in the race car and strap in, I usually forget about everything else. But with everything that's went on the past 2 days, it's pretty rough right now. Won the race tonight with my mom, it definitely lifted my spirits a lot.
Right now, we're starting first and third. Hopefully, I can keep the gap tight. We'll keep Tim hung out.
If that son bitch gets by you on the start, you put a bumper to his ass when we get the corner.
It's up to me now. There's nobody else doing it but me. It's all on me. And I really need a victory for this team real bad.
Let's meet and greet the starting lineup for the Farm Bureau Insurance Modifieds. Starting 12, number 13, Chris Fleming. Starting 10, number 53, Jonathan Brown. Starting 7, Trindan Berry, number 69, Junior Miller. Starting 3rd, number 1, Burt Myers. And now the front row starting 2nd on the outside, number 83, Tim Brown. And picking up his second butt pole of 2009 from Walden Cove, number 4, Jason Myers. Tim Brown, the 7-time defending champion, is your current points leader.
Suck it up, Tim.
Jason Myers, new look tonight for Jake. Not looking real close. You might get confused with his brother Bert's car. Bert's right behind him on row 2.
Tim's probably over there thinking he's gonna beat you, but you know he can't. Who's a man? I am, motherfucker. Remember that. My back hurts from carrying all this weight on my shoulders. I need to win so damn bad tonight.
Another Myers-Brown track race to the South Turn.
bud. Get ready. Get ready. Green sound. Green, green, green. Green, green, green. Green, green, green. Tim's probably over there thinking he's gonna beat you. Who's the fucking man? I am, motherfucker. Remember that. I need to win so damn bad tonight. Beat Tim to that first turn is everything.
Another Myers-Brown drag race to the south turn.
Get ready, bud. Get ready. Get ready. Green sound. Green, green, green. Green, green, green.
When they threw the green flag, when I came up off of 2, Tim still had his nose up beside him.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
It's really important that Jason holds Tim out for as long as possible and that I stay as tight on Jason's rear bumper as I can.
Still there by nose, by nose, by nose.
As we go down the backstretch, Tim's outside of me.
Get in here, buddy. Come on. 77 coming with him. 77 inside, inside.
As we come off of turn 4 and I look in my mirror, Lee Jeffries is already inside of it.
Tim Brown has hung out to dry on the outside, can't get back in line, and he falls back to 5th spot.
I'm out on the outside and I find myself in 5th.
Inside, inside, inside. Get on up there, buddy. Get on up there.
I know it ain't what you want. You know, Bert and Jason and all those guys got back by me, and it sucks.
I was probably smiling as I'm watching Tim fade back.
Up front, Jason Myers won the drag race to the south turn. He's your leader. Brother Bird's in 2nd spot. Tim Brown in 5th. Junior Miller 6th. And Jonathan John Boy Brown is in 10th spot as we approach the halfway point.
Halfway.
I'm running 10th. Definitely not where I want to be right now. Maybe this just isn't my night.
I think Jason is every bit as good a race car driver as Bert is. The difference between the two of them is Jason's self-confidence. And that is something that's going to have to come from him internally.
Anybody you ask at Bowman Gray Stadium doesn't want Burt Myers behind him.
Bert's probably thinking he can beat me too, but he can't.
I still kept looking in the mirror, not only to see if he was close, but I wanted to pull away from him. I wanted to know that 4 car is just as fast. And this week, I wanted to know it was a little faster.
3 more times.
My spotter calls out 3 to go. There's still some lap cars that I'm having to deal with, even in the last couple laps of the race.
Slow car on the bottom. Put up on the black one. It'll be on the bottom. White flag.
And he calls out white flag.
Now we come to the white flag. It's still Jason Myers in the lead, and he's coming around and heading for the home stretch.
Just as I'm heading for the checkered flag, I look up in my mirror and I see a lot of smoke between turn 3 and 4.
Watch out!
Well, watch out. We got a problem in turn 3 as Junior Miller into the wall.
Big crash in 3 and 4. You don't have to worry about that.
Jason Myers takes the checkers for the first time this season.
Way to go. That's right, boys! Get you some! You some out hard. See if it didn't help. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
To top off my night, I qualify on the pole and win the race. And as I'm coming around with the checkered flag in my hand on my victory lap, I have to stop and wait for him to motion me by the wrecked 69 car sitting over the front end, knocked off on it on the last lap.
How about you, meow?
How much better could that be?
We should have painted this turn a long time ago, I reckon. Yeah, I guess we should have.
You care a whole lot about racing. That's one of the hardest moments you'll have is when you get the wheels knocked off. I've lost for 2.5 years now and hadn't won a race. And the first week I paint orange flames on my car and get those gold stripes off, I qualify on the pole and win the race.
Jason Myers, it's been a long time coming, buddy. You are the man.
I finished 5th. The smart racer in me and the car owner in me is like, okay, it's okay, just come back for the last race of the year and try to win a championship. But the racer in me is pissed that we didn't win that damn race.
1, 2, 1, 2. How about them Myers boys and them orange flames?
Maybe painting the car just lined all the stars up in the right order that put us on the pole and in victory lane. I know it sure looked good.
Well, it wasn't the best race we had all year, but I had a great time. I'm blessed to have the support of my brother, my family, my fans. I'm glad I didn't quit.
proud that he come back, and I wish he had been here last week. But I'm glad he got over it. Glad he brought the car back. Sometimes a person just needs a run when things have been going bad for him. That's exactly what happened for him tonight.
Well, there ain't nothing else to say about tonight, but it was a night. Nothing went our way. We was hoping to come over here and win a race in honor of her mom, and I didn't feel good at all. Right now, I'm just wanting to get out of here and go home and take a shower and get some rest.
Jason Myers taking the victory lap. Jason currently 5th in the points.
I could tell by the look on everybody's face standing down there right there between my family, the crew, the fans, everybody, that they're all just as proud of me right now as they ever have been.
First win of 2009, first win in a long time here at the stadium. Congratulations, Jason.
Oh, man, how about these Myers brothers won 2 of these Orange Flames? Is that hot or what?
Of all the years that me and Jason have raced together, we've never finished 1-2.
Man, I got to give it this Roush Shades Ford. It pulled that blue car all the way down the straightaway, and I never saw him again. I got to give it to the crew. My dad, these guys have been trying to get the gold off his car for 2 years. I wish I'd listened to them.
Also, the 121st feature win for the Myers family here at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Even though I didn't get the trophy, it was the best second-place finish I've ever had.
Man, I love it.
Bird don't like to lose, but whether he wants to admit it or not, he knows I'm a hell of a race car driver. And he probably won't tell you I'm any better than he is, but I think I am.
Jason Myers finally claimed his first victory of the season. So now it's still anybody's title to win. And all they've got to do is get by Tim Brown to do it.
If I had my brother riding behind me, I wouldn't probably have to run hard either.
I got your back.
Everybody's talking tough.
I'm gonna put my hunting helmet on. Bounty hunters coming out.
But the S&R boys might not even get on the track.
Junior, that ain't safe. You know it ain't.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Things on the track get rough. Back in the pits, it gets downright nasty.
Oh, look.
We've got just 1 week left before it all explodes down at the Madhouse.